Hi, everyone. Can y'all let me know if y'all can hear me okay? Oh, shit. Hi, Kay Nicole. Hello. Can y'all hear me okay? Okay, good. Y'all, you know what? Damn it. Shit. Give me 1 second. Okay. I was gonna make some coffee or some tea, but wine it is. Cause at work today, they had me running around. I was like, man, I usually like to get with my dude and we'll have either coffee or some kind of liquor on the weekend. um how is everyone doing? I hope everyone's great. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, so look, y'all. This topic is coming up again because I don't know if y'all have been like checking out. Thank you, Brandy. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I don't know if y'all been checking out my post the last 2 days, I would say, where I've been talking about what hold on, what did I post? Let me check in real quick. So the last few days I made a couple videos and a couple posts. And 2 days ago when I went live. So wait, what's today? Today is Thursday. So I went live on Tuesday and we were talking about straight women being bullied into dating by men. By the black community for the most part, right? And then that led into me talking about HIV in gay and bisexual men because the CDC sees gay and bisexual men as the same thing. And only in so it's they're two different things, but it's the same according to the CDC because they put them in the same category. Males who have sex with other males. So it doesn't matter how you identify. Your the way you identify sexually doesn't matter when it comes to the stats. They put you in the males who have sex with other males category. Um they already starting with the foolishness. I don't have the stats, of course you don't. But I'm willing to bet there are more bi women than men based on the fact that behavior is more accepted amongst women. Now, that wasn't what we talked about. It does. So let's just say that 99% of all women are bisexual. Let's just go with me. It's not women that's passing HIV to men at high rates. It's the other way around. So one way is not really a problem because no one's being harmed. But the other way is a problem because people are being harmed. You see how that works? And I have the stats. Go look at my community post that I just posted yesterday morning. And that's just like a quick little screenshot that I took from, I don't remember which website it was. Which website was that? hivinfo.gov. So there's that. Okay. I have every intentions on getting petty if I need to, just so y'all know. I'm in that mood. Now, today's topic is, can bi men be loyal to women? Which by sheer definition, the answer is fuck no, right? I don't know why this is so hard. I realized today in my comments earlier that a lot of Black people don't have critical thinking at all. Zero critical thinking. So this woman posted, and I took a screenshot. She says, girl, and we're not even sure it was a woman, by the way, because a lot of people got in there and they was like, I don't even think that's a woman. It's probably not, but it doesn't matter because there's a lot of women who actually think this. So that's why I posted it. She said, girl, you keeps it real, 100. I love your channel. A lot of women aren't attracted to bi men, and that's understandable. I personally don't have a problem with it. I wanted to stop listening at that point, but I didn't. Or stop reading, should I say. When a woman say whenever I hear a woman say I don't have a problem with dating bi men, I literally just want to stop listening, but I didn't. Okay. I just kept going. She said, just as long as he's faithful to me and treats me good, I'm okay with it. And that's why I stopped listening when women say that. That's the reason. Because that led me into this question for the prompt. Can bisexual men be loyal to women? And I just want to know how the hell can you come up? That's an oxymoron, isn't it? That's like me saying I am fully straight, but I like to lick cat every now and then. Am I fully straight then? You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. And I really want to break this this belief, right? Or at least talk about it. I can't make nobody believe anything. But on my channel, we're going to talk about the taboo topics, the things that people don't want to talk about, the things that people are afraid to talk about. They don't want to be shamed for it. They don't want to lose subscribers. I actually don't be paying attention to my subscribers that much. Like I pay attention to like when it goes up because I kind of just notice it like every few days. But this time I picked up on the fact, I think I lost maybe somewhere around 40 or 50 subscribers since Tuesday. And I noticed that. I noticed that every time I talk about bisexual men or women, or if I talk about anything to do with HIV, or if I talk about religion, if I do a video on any of those things, people unsubscribe. And I actually was going to do a post today, but I just decided not to because I figured I was going to come on live. But I was going to do a post today where I was going to let all the new subscribers know that haven't been watching or has not watched any of my old videos, all of the things about me, so that y'all can go ahead and unsubscribe if you need to. So every now and then I am going to do a checkpoint. So right now I'm at like 23,000 subscribers. Wait, maybe it might not be 23. What is it? Where am I at? Hold on, y'all. Let me go look real quick. Yeah, I am 23,000 subscribers, right? So when I get to 25 or somewhere around there, I'm going to do another video with the hopes of losing more subscribers. That will be my hope. If I'm being completely serious, I prefer people that are delusional people that have cognitive dissonance, people who lie to themselves and then lie to others, people who gaslight, people who don't want to accept the truth and the reality for what it is. I promise you, I don't want you subscribed to my channel. I want you gone. And the reason why it matters to me is because when I get in my comment sections, I don't want to fucking see you. I don't. And before anyone says, because people have been telling me this too lately, you don't like to accept accountability. You get upset when people disagree with you. No, I don't. I get irritated and upset when people disagree with me when I know I'm right and what you're saying is flat out lies or bullshit. There will be pushback. There will be pushback every fucking time. If I'm sitting here and I put up what the CDC says about bi men and gay men being the exact same when it comes to them HIV rates, and also because I know I worked in healthcare for 18 years, and you come in here and say that's not true, I'm literally like, bitch, bye, bitch, swerve. You're not gonna come in here and tell me something that I'm educated on. And you're clearly not, because if you were, you would not be arguing with me about these things. Now, a lot of things I'll say is just my opinion. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I say that in almost every video I've ever done, in my opinion or from my perspective. So I'm not going to argue with you about something that's my opinion. My opinion most likely won't change. Have people come on here and they've given me different points of view that I had never thought of before? Absolutely, all the time. I learn from people all the time. I learn shit every day on this app and TikTok as well. From people in my comment sections, from other people's comment sections, other content creators. I look forward to learning stuff every day. I don't know everything, but when it comes to men, listen, when I tell you ain't no such thing as no bisexual man ever gonna be loyal to no woman, that I know, because then he's not bi then, right? Because you got to think about it. If a man is like, I like dick and I also like coochie, and I'm going to marry this woman, the one with the coochie, I'm going to marry her. We're going to have some babies. We're going to get us a house together, blah, blah, blah. Do you really think that man is about to go the rest of his life and not want the one thing he craves that woman can't give him? You are the epitome of delusional if you believe that. And don't worry, I've said this to women in their face in real life. You are delusional. He likes peen. He's bisexual, according to him, which I always say there's no such thing as a bisexual man. Sorry, not sorry. And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. I'm saying it like I just talked about Tuesday. Because once a man crosses that threshold, it's a wrap. He's always going to crave that if he enjoys it, which typically they do. So there's that. Like that is, and the men who get in here or get anywhere in life, anywhere in your daily life, that's trying to talk you out of that, 9 times out of 10, if a man is defending it, he's gay or on the down low, because ain't no straight men don't give a fuck what's going on with that. Thank you, Kimmy. Bi men don't exist. He's gay. Yeah. Bisexual for men. And also, too, that's another thing. Bisexual women and bisexual men are drastically different. Night and day. Night and day. Night and day. You can't compare the two. Just like you can't compare a straight man and a straight woman. And I always say most men, in my opinion, are not even fucking human for real. Most of them have no empathy. You can't be a good person with no empathy. And most of them don't have empathy. So are most of them even human, in my opinion? The jury is still out on that one. So if you can't even compare the brain size, the mentality and all of that of a straight man and a straight woman, how are you going to compare a bi man and a bi woman? Because there's really no difference. It's just a difference in sexuality. It's still a man and a woman. A lot of bisexual women are kind of cringe. Listen, I'm not. I'm gonna take a sip on that one. Because I don't have anything against anybody in their sexuality at all. I do not care what people do. I promise you I don't. I do not. It may seem like it, but I don't. I'm just saying I'm not gay, so I don't date gays, whether that's a man or a woman. I'm not into it. People be getting so mad though. Like, why do you get so mad? Hold on, let me go back to some of these. Wait. Women aren't being caught cheating with other women to the level men are, if at all. I totally agree with that. The more knowledge I acquire, the more I want to be alone. I totally understand that 1000%. You will never get no pushback from me. Even the so-called misandrous, because men, and they swear up and down women hate men, and I'm like, that's not even really a thing. But anyways, even if women came at me and was like, I hate men, I wish they all just died or something like that, I'd just look at you like, okay, I'm not gonna try to talk you out of it, because I know you have a legitimate reason to feel that way. I don't even need to know what the reason is. I already know the shit women go through. I already know. You will never get no pushback from me for hating men or thinking all men are evil. Or if you're one of those women who are like, it is all men. You ain't gonna get no arguments from me. None. Because I already know you got a good reason. I don't even need to ask you what it is. I can pretty much guess. And I'll probably be right. If you're having gay sex, you're gay. Richard Bay said on his own show in the 90s. Thank you. And is there anything wrong with being gay? No. I'm going to keep telling y'all that. There's nothing wrong with being gay. Be gay. Don't lie to women. That's the only problem that I have with it. Lying, getting women pregnant, not going to the doctor and getting tested. Oh, that's another thing I want to talk about. I talked about this before, but that was a whole bunch of subscribers ago. So I'm going to talk about this again. And this is going to piss some people off maybe, or it's going to shock your system. But there's something about Black people where, and this is all races too, by the way, but I'm pretty sure the vast majority of my audience is Black for the most part, right? There's something about Black people where y'all really and I ain't saying all of you, I ain't saying all of us, but a lot of Black people really believe that if a person is getting tested for STDs, that somehow absolves them of catching something. Now, I talked about this before in a live, like probably last year, right? Where we were talking about porn stars. And this guy, it was one of my old roommates when I was living in California, her then boyfriend at the time, was talking about, man, one day I want to be a porn star. And we started laughing, but I looked at him like, why? Why would you want to be a porn star? He was like, because I can get all the free sex I want, all the type of sex, whatever type of sex I want, I can do it all and get paid for it. Like, what man wouldn't want to do the number one thing that all men care about the most and get paid for it? I was like, okay, I understand your logic. I said, but aren't you afraid of catching something? You know what he told me? He said, porn stars are some of the cleanest people on the planet. They get tested like every week. That's what he said to me. And if you're in this chat and you think that, congratulations, you're highly uneducated. Highly uneducated. I'm going to tell you why that's a problem. Okay. Just because you go get tested every week doesn't mean that eventually those tests won't come back positive. It doesn't make you immune. Oh, I'm going to get tested. So if I'm getting tested, that means I'm never going to catch nothing because I'm getting tested. No, eventually your test is going to come back positive. And I remember I want to say it was like 2009 or 10 maybe, or somewhere. I'm probably a couple years off one way or the other. They shut down the porn industry for a few weeks or a few months or whatever. I don't know how long it was. I can't remember. Because a bunch of people were testing positive for HIV. Do anybody remember that? Do anybody remember hearing about that? And so you got to think about it. A lot of porn, there are porn stars that use condoms. There's a lot of them that don't. If you've never heard of it, go look it up. Go look up when the porn industry had to be shut down. It had to be like 2009 or 10 or somewhere around there. I remember. Because people were going to get tested, and bada bing, bada boom, guess what? Those tests were coming back positive for HIV and syphilis, because usually they go hand in hand. A lot of times when one person has HIV, a lot of times they have syphilis as well, or vice versa. That's mostly true with the males who have spicy time with other males. Okay. So it doesn't matter if the man is wearing a dress and a wig and makeup and that he has boobs and that he's saying he's a woman. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's saying he's straight, but he's on the down low. It doesn't matter if he's a normal, out there, nice, cool straight. A cool gay dude. Like most of my friends, most of my gay friends they're not trans or anything. They're just normal men who just like men. Doesn't really matter how you present or how you define yourself sexually. Doesn't matter. To the CDC, they are all the same. Men who have sex with other men. Doesn't matter how much makeup you put on, or how many dresses you wear, how many high heels you can walk in. You are still a man at the end of the day. And that's not to be disrespectful, but it is what it is. Okay? I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all. I can be very disrespectful, but I'm not trying to be. That's not the point of this. Darren James was the main. Wait. Why is it not showing? Hold on, y'all. Darren James was the main porn star who shut down the porn industry. I remember when it happened. Okay, that name may sound familiar. I don't remember anybody's names. I don't. Hep C is commonly paired with HIV as well. It is. It is. Hepatitis C. I can't remember exactly what prompted it, but I remember there was a time when whenever I heard that a man or somebody had hepatitis C, in my mind, I was like, they're probably into men. I can't remember why. I'm sure it's something I learned in school. But yeah, I forgot. I actually forgot all about Hep C. But you are absolutely correct. T.S. Madison. I don't like T.S. Madison, by the way. I felt like she was cool at one point, and then I kind of feel like when I don't know if y'all remember when him and Kaya used to do Queen's Court and then they fell out, his misogyny really, and here's the thing, the misogyny may have showed before that. Because I didn't really know who he was before that. But he got with Kaya, the rapper Kaya, My Neck, My Back. And when I tell y'all, I used to love them together. Oh my God, y'all. They were fucking hilarious. And then they fell out for whatever reason. I can't even remember what it was. And then after that, like T.S. Madison, just the misogyny came out. And it always will come out with trans women. Why? Because they're really men. That's why. That man gonna come up out of them real quick, say some shit they don't like, and watch the man come up out of them real quick. Because they're men. I don't care how many wigs you got. I don't give a fuck how many ass jobs you got and titties you went and got. You are still a man at the end of the day. S. Rogers said, you're right. It jumped out after he parted ways with Kaya. See? You noticed that too, huh? That's when it really started to show for me. And y'all say what y'all want to say about Kaya. Kaya messy. And when I tell y'all I love me some Kaya. Oh Lord, I love Kaya. Kaya cracked me up. Hold on, let me see. Let me go back some. I would never date a bi man. Hell no. I don't even trust straight men not to cheat. Thank you. A bi man will for sure feel like every gay bi man need multiple. They do. That's literally the point of them being bi. They want the whole buffet. I will call it greedy, but you know, whatever. That's just I'm just adding that on there. But they want the entire buffet. So if you're a bi man, you're not gonna listen. It ain't no coochie in the world. I don't care who the coochie's attached to. Not one coochie is going to compare to a man getting ran through by a dude or a bunch of dudes or whatever they be doing. Okay. I don't care who you think you are. You could be Beyonce or you can be Halle Berry or who, I don't know. I'm just naming people. You can be Megan Thee Stallion. If a man wants some dick, he's going to get it. And there's nothing you can do about it because you don't have one, ma'am. We don't have a peen. No matter what you do, you can listen. You can be super head and give a man the best head and whatever. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you don't have a dick. And here's the thing. That's why I'll never be gay. Because a woman doesn't have a dick. That's what it takes for me to get off. You have to come with dick. If you ain't got that, I can't do anything with you. There's nothing you can do for me. That's why I'll never be attracted to women because you don't have the thing that I need to be satisfied. You don't. So I can't, like I said Tuesday, I can't be mad at the men either. Like you like what you like. I mean, what can you do? But yeah, so women be out here really thinking, as long as he's loyal to me, I don't care. As long as he treats me right. Girl, how he gonna treat you right when he gonna be cheating on you with a man? How is that even possible? Okay, this is one of those comments that irked me. Now, this is probably like the 10th comment I read today that was close to this one. Bisexuality does not mean disloyal cheater. No one ever said that. Because I'm damn sure not talking about bisexual women. I'm not. I'm talking about bisexual men. And I'm not saying if you're bisexual, you're automatically a cheater. What I'm saying is if a man is bisexual, it is impossible by the definition of the word that he's going to be loyal to a woman. Why? Because he also likes dick. Why is that hard for y'all? Something you don't have. You can go out and buy one, but it still ain't the real thing. When that man is ready for you to let me be PG here. When he's ready for you to, you can't, your little plastic dildo can't do that. Sorry. Sorry, y'all. Oh God. Why everybody want to text me when I get on live or something? Wait, what Booker still talking shit? Hold on. Let me see. What Booker say? As bad as you talk about men, it's a miracle you're not a lesbian. I'm straight. Even if I would never date again, I still wouldn't be a lesbian. I'll just go grab one of my toys and just call it a day. Cuz I got plenty of them. Cuz I was single for a couple years before I got in the relationship that I'm in now last year. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And the thing about that is women can have sex with whoever we want to. Men have sex with whoever they can. I think that's another reason why a lot of men are so jealous of women. Y'all are so mad because I have a better shot at going to Hollywood and effing any celebrity man that I want. And you don't have that opportunity. Not even close. or any rich man that's not a celebrity, that's just somewhere, whoever. I can be with whoever I want to be with. Women in general can, but y'all can't. And I think that's why y'all mad. That's why y'all care about body count. Men who care about body count are typically men who are not in the count. I don't know if y'all know who Trip Fontaine is from tonight's conversation, but he also has his own, I think, Instagram. Shout out to Trip Fontaine. The men who care about body count are the men who are not in the count. Classic. Bars. Also, males are jealous. They can't wear wigs, nails, and makeup. I realized that. You know what made me realize that, vlog? A few years ago, when they started showing videos of man units, when they was in the barbershop getting these man weaves, I was like, holy shit. They've been jealous of us this whole time, because really deep down, that's what they've been wanting to do, but they couldn't, because they'll be seen as weak or pathetic or whatever. I don't know, whatever they're afraid of. I don't know. It hit me. I was like, oh my God, this whole time they were projecting. And as I get older, I realize men don't do nothing but project. Every word out of their mouth is a projection. Like, that's the craziest part about it. No matter what they say to women, they can say anything to a woman. It don't matter what it is, and they're projecting. They're projecting their own fears and insecurities off onto women at all times, all day, every day. Especially the men online. Oh my God. Attractive women can have sex with most men. To say any woman is false. I would say any woman, if I'm being honest with you. The reason why I say any woman is because most men are only as faithful as their options. So you really think a hideous woman couldn't get sex from a really nice looking dude if he couldn't get any for, like, let's say the last month, and he been trying and everybody been turning him down? You think he wouldn't eventually fuck her out of desperation? He would. And catch a man turning down sex. Most men don't. The high majority of men are not turning down no sex. Probably not all of them. It's probably all of them. I don't know. They are really envious of us. They wish they could get pretty and get hit on. Yeah. There's a woman that I follow. We're mutuals on TikTok. Texas Fairy in the Garden or something like that. I can't think of her name right now. She just did a video like a week ago, going around asking men, what would you do if you were a woman? And they all said something sexual. Or they were saying stuff like, I would get dressed up and go to a bar and let guys pay for my drinks. Stuff like that. It didn't have anything to do with anything other than sex or looks or what they could get out of men. So when they talk about gold diggers, they're mad because they can't be gold diggers in their mind. Right? So when women go after men because they just want to use men for money. Y'all are gold diggers. Y'all are trash. Oh, you trying to charge a man money to sleep with you? Back where I'm from, we call that prostitution. They say that type of stuff because if the tables were turned, they wish they could do it. That's why. The one thing that men care about the most is getting sex, and to get paid for it on top of that. Women can do that. They can't. And that's why they're mad. Whenever I hear men talk about, I don't like when women wear makeup. I don't like weave. I don't like eyelashes. I'm like, why? Why not? Why not? For what? If I was to go look at your timeline on IG or wherever you know, whatever these apps are, OnlyFans or whatever, I guarantee you that 99% of all the pictures you like are women with weave and makeup and eyelashes. So what is it? What is it? You either like it or you don't. Which one is it? Since sex work is viral, there are more men becoming sex workers. A lot of them selling their dick. And here's the thing. Even when men sell their peens, they're typically selling it to who? Other men. Because most women don't have to pay money. Now, do I believe that there are older women maybe or some women out there who will pay men for sex? Of course there are. We know all types of women exist. But it ain't that many women like, I want to pay a man to come fuck me when we can get it for free. Just by way of being a woman. we don't have to do all that. So if men are selling themselves, trust and believe me when I tell you, other men are the ones buying that. Trust me. And I don't even think the comparison is even, you can't even compare the two between men paying for it and women paying for it. And sperm is useless in comparison to egg donation. So you can get tens of thousands, maybe even up to $100 and some $1,000 for an egg, to donate an egg. But you know how much money they get at a sperm bank? I don't even know if it's even $100. It might be less than that. Worth nothing. And men always talk about your womb will be dead without our sperm. You need us. I'm like, no, actually we don't. But even if you want to believe that because it helps you to sleep at night, that's fine. But just know that even the powers that be knows that your sperm is useless. Because if they thought it was worth something, they would pay y'all $50,000 to donate sperm instead of paying women $50,000 or $80,000 or whatever to donate her egg. So there you go. How come y'all sperm cost $30 when you shoot it in a cup? Why is that? Buying peen is dumb as fuck. I don't understand women who do that. I don't either. Because you can get a man. Most men are sexually diabolical. So whatever you think you're gonna get from paying a guy, unless you're paying for discreetness or something, I don't really know what you would be like for them to be discreet, or you got them signing an NDA or something. I don't know. Like, you can get whatever you want sexually out of any man. Tell them what you like. They most likely gonna do it. It don't matter what it is. So what exactly are you paying for? There were men literally sticking their peens in butterball turkeys last year. Butterball turkeys. Okay. They will put it anywhere. You can get them to do anything. It ain't worth no money. I promise you. You want sex from me, you pay me. I get paid. The woman. That's how that's supposed to go. I ain't paying no man for shit. Even Pimp C was a pimp, according to him. I ain't paying for shit. He was like, these hoes want to suck me for free. But of course, most men are not Pimp C either. Never will be. So, oh yeah, I'm a Pimp C fan for y'all who didn't know that. I just like his music, and I always thought he was fucking hilarious. If I'm going to buy dick, I'll be the one. Exactly. Oh, it'll be the one to go on my nightstand. Exactly. That's the only peen I'll ever buy in my life. Do you think men in poly relationships with women and men are also bi? In my opinion, yes. It's just something about some men who just can't be satisfied. They just got to always have something else. Like, I don't know if I know some of y'all follow Cynthia G. Remember when Cynthia G used to talk about how even the men who date overweight white women or white women in general, how that's their last stop before becoming rainbow? Because they're using those women to cover that up. So it's the same thing. When they want poly relationships, and it doesn't matter if it's multiple men and one woman or if it's multiple women and one man. If men are okay with either of those scenarios, I promise you, he's most likely into men. I don't know. To me, it's obvious. I don't really know how to explain it. But especially the women who, I know y'all seen posts on Facebook or Instagram of women talking about, I got 2 husbands, and you see both husbands are posing in the picture for, or next to, or whatever. They usually look visibly gay. You can see the sugar. I mean, like a mile away. But even if they say they're not, they are. There is no way. Listen, even men, swinger men are usually gay as well. Because any man that wants to see another man fuck his wife, in my opinion, he automatically don't even like the bitch. Sorry. Like he don't even like you. Men are very territorial, even when they're in their low nature, they're jealous and territorial. There is no way you care about your wife if you want to see her F other people. No way. You would never convince me that you give a damn about your wife. You care about what she can do for you. You care about all the ways she make your life easier, but you don't actually give a damn about her. Ain't no way. That's why I tell women too, if a man comes to you, I don't care if he's your husband, boyfriend, baby daddy, I don't care who he is. If he comes to you and wants a threesome with another woman or whoever, he doesn't like you. He's bored with you. That is the literal definition of I'm bored. It doesn't get any clearer than that. And women be jumping through hoops like, oh, I got to make my man happy. I don't want to lose him. I want to make all his fantasies come true. Oh my God. Meanwhile, he don't even like you and he's bored with you. Because what he's basically telling you is you're not enough. I want to bring another person in the bedroom because I'm bored with you. If he was fully fulfilled, why would he need to bring somebody else in the bedroom? If I'm fully fulfilled with a man, I know for a fact I don't even look at other men. I don't pay other men no attention. I'm in a whole ass relationship. You know what I'm saying? No, Brandy, I only been on here for how long? I've been on here. I ain't been on here that long. Maybe a half an hour. 45. Maybe a half an hour. I ain't been on here that long. I am probably gonna get off around like 6:15ish though. So we got like another 45 minutes or so. I'll be on. I'm not being on for 4 or 5 hours like I was Tuesday. When I tell you I didn't get shit done that day, I went and got in the shower and went right to bed. Women provider equals beard. Are you saying that if a woman is a provider, she's a beard for a man? Because if that's what you're saying, I agree with that. If you are a woman taking care of a man, or you're the one who's the breadwinner and you're paying all the bills, what the fuck is he doing? I'm sure he got too much time on his hands. And if you think, oh no, he don't have time on his hands, I work and he stay home with the kids, and you think him staying home with the kids mean he ain't cheating on you, you better think again. That's the number one opportunity for them to cheat, because you at work. I done seen too many stories of that. He's automatic. If you are the breadwinner, he is absolutely cheating on you. Sorry, not sorry. I'd rather tell you now, find out now, and do something about it now before it's too late. Men don't feel good about themselves when they're lazy and when they're a loser like that. They just don't. You can't find a job? Okay, it's going to be summer. Go cut some grass. Go do something. Don't sit in the house all day, or don't hang out with your boys or whatever. Go get your lawnmower and push that bitch down the block and cut some people grass. Find something to do. Find a way to make some money today, because you got too much time on your hands. But it doesn't matter, because they're looking for you to be the breadwinner. They're comfortable, whatever. Just know you're going to get dogged. It is what it is. Hey, Angelica. Did I say that right? Angelica. They staying with the kids is the best part. I mean, it's the best for a cheater parasite. Oh, absolutely. And it don't matter who came up with the idea, but if he came up with the idea, I can assure you that's why he came up with the idea, so he could cheat. I want to say Bourbon Bougie a couple months ago did a video about a woman that wrote into Reddit. If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, but she do a lot of Reddit threads. And a woman wrote in and was saying that her husband was a stay-at-home with the kids or whatever. And anyway, somehow she figured out that he left or she thought he left because she couldn't find him, or he wasn't answering his phone or something. But anyway, at the end of the story, it turned out that he left the kids in the house by themselves, but he wasn't gone. He was in the far back. I guess they had a lot of property, and he was way in the back of the house, and like, I don't know, some kind of like pool house or guest house or something like that, with his side chick. He had the side chick meet him because the neighbors got cameras or whatever, and she went to the neighbor's house to ask him, can she look at his cameras to see who car was there or who car that was or whatever. He was cheating. Long story short, he didn't technically leave the house, but he went all the way in the back because they had acres, I guess. I'm assuming they had a lot. She was like, there's a long pathway in the back by the guest house or something like that, with little kids in the house. And she said she talked to one of the kids, and one of them said, daddy left. I can't remember the whole story, but it was something. Either way, they be cheating. I said all that to say they gonna find a way to cheat. He doesn't cheat. He comes straight home from work. I talked about this before. Most men find their side chicks at their jobs, in case y'all didn't know that. The vast majority of affairs start in the workplace. So you be like, oh, and if he starts working late more all of a sudden, he usually come home at 4:00. Now he coming home at 7 and all that. He's cheating on you. All of a sudden. Here's the thing. Most women be knowing that you feel something is off. You just don't want to accept it. That's what it is. And it's not always women that they're cheating on you with. So keep that in mind too. As a matter of fact, I saw a Reddit, I got a Reddit notification actually earlier today, and I was going to do a video about a woman who said her husband has been acting weird and strange lately, and something told her to go on Grindr. She downloaded the app, and there was some man that was like in her vicinity, wherever they live. And the guy sent a dick picture, and come to find out that the dick picture that he sent was a picture that her husband had given her years prior. You know how husbands and wives send each other like, little spicy pictures or whatever. She said it was the same picture that her husband sent her. So basically, long story short, she believes that her husband is on that site sending dick pictures to an unsuspecting man, a gay man. And she's like, she waited months to confront him, but he denied it. And then I read the comments. Everybody in the comments, men and women, was like, dude, he's cheating on you. Go get tested. That's what everybody was saying in the comments. Like, just go get tested, dude. Every other comment was, he's cheating. Stop gaslighting yourself. What did she say? I think he said something like somebody must be using his picture. How would anybody get your dick picture? Like, and just randomly use it on a gay site. Like, come on now, y'all. The stuff women will tell themselves to justify their husband's behavior is crazy. And I'm not trying to laugh either, but the shit is just crazy. So somebody I know just told me that it was a guy that was trying to help her fix her car or fix something before. And I was like, why is he helping you? Because I already know when men approach you, they want something. I already know this. No matter who he is, I don't care if he's a good man or a bad man or a rich man or a poor man or a fine man or ugly. Anytime a man is approaching you, he wants something. So anyway, I told this person, I was like, what do you want? She was like, well, he told me he'll help me for free and just pay him back by taking me out to dinner. And she said she told him, I'll rather pay you. And of course, because that would have been my answer. I'd rather pay. I don't want no man doing shit for me for free. Nothing. If you ain't my dude, don't do nothing for me for free because I'm not, you're not getting what you think you're going to get back in return. You're not. The answer is hell no. I don't care what you think it is. You're not taking me out to dinner. You're not getting my phone number. No, we're not going to get coffee. Nothing. I don't like you. So anyway, she said a couple days later, which today, after their conversation, she goes outside and her tire is slashed. Not a nail or anything she ran over, slashed. And she said the first person she thought of was that man. And I was like, if that was the first person that came to mind, that's most likely who did it. She was like, don't nobody even know where I live. I was like, I know. And this is why I say leave these niggas alone. Moral of the story. But even if you leave them alone, they can't leave us alone. Ain't that crazy? Oh my God. Living a single life is amazing. No stress or diseases. Amen. I totally listen. I support you 100%. I support anybody that's single. A stupid lady sent me a recycled picture and she's married. Huh? A recycled picture of what? Precisely. Let me pay for services because there is always strings attached. Always. Sovereign, is it okay if I ask you why this topic is being covered recently? Sorry if I missed it. Okay, yeah. So I talked about this I did. As soon as I got on, I talked about it. There's been a lot of discourse on social media forever, really, but I've been noticing it more like the last week or two, a lot. This whole DL whisperer guy that's on TikTok is like making rounds or whatever because he's basically saying if he does this, he's gay. If he's doing that, he's gay. If he's doing that, he's bisexual. If he's doing it. So there's been a lot of discourse on TikTok about it. And me reading comments, because I always take a Delta flight to the comment sections of any video that I'm watching because the comment section is where it's at. And being in anybody's comment section at any time, there's always going to be men and sometimes women trying to gaslight straight women into being okay with dating bisexual men. And if you say you don't want to date bisexual men, they call you homophobic or biphobic. And so I'm here to push the narrative that is not biphobic. It's a preference. The same way you're gay and you have a preference for gay people, I'm straight and I have a preference for straight people. You don't get to be gay and be able to have a preference, but then straight women can't have one. Straight black women in particular can't have one. Not on my watch. And since a lot of people don't want to cover this topic, I'll be the one to do it. So that's how it came up. That's how it came about. And then today, women, and yesterday and Tuesday, women are saying, people also got mad too because I said there's no such thing as a bisexual man. They're like, that's disrespectful and it's homophobic and it's this and it's that and it's biphobic and blah blah. I was like, my opinion is what it is. Nothing you say is going to change that. I don't know if you're telling me this because you think you're going to change my mind. You're not. There's no such thing as a bisexual man. How can you say that? I'm like, easy. Eventually, all bisexual men choose men in the end. The end. That's it. Period. So, and many of us believe that it's just a cover-up word for them because they don't really want to just say, I like dick. Like, that's literally what it boils down to. I don't want to come out and just say I'm just into dick. Oh, and another thing too. Bisexual men, allegedly, who still date women, they're using you. That's the only reason why they got you around. They're using you for sex when they can't get bent over or when they can't do the bending. They'll use your hole because after all, you're just a hole. They don't care where they put it. It could be a butterball turkey. It doesn't really matter. Okay. And if you are cooking for him or cleaning up after him or giving him rides or letting him use your car or giving him a place to stay or whatever you're doing for him, he's with you for those reasons. If they could get other men to run errands and do this female feminine labor that women do, they wouldn't have shit to do with women. They wouldn't need us for anything. Please believe that. That's why they come to women, because they can't get their boyfriend or their boy toys or whatever to cook them meals and wash their clothes and, you know, be an emotional punching bag and all that stuff. They ain't getting nothing out of that man but dick. When they need their other needs met, they're going to come to women. That's why they're bi. That's my own personal opinion. Will it change? Absolutely the fuck not. Don't get in my comment section saying you're wrong. I'm just going to look at you like you're in denial. I'm going to say you're in denial. After you get bent over or do the bending, there's no coming back from that. And that's why proud gay men who are out there gay, that's why they're fully gay. Because they understand who they are. They understand what they want. They know a woman cannot give me what this man is giving me. That's why they're proud to be gay. That's why they're like, I'm gay, I'm here, I'm queer, and I don't care what nobody got to say. And, they're proud of it. Those are the ones that I have respect for. I don't got respect for no DL man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I have zero respect for you. The only pass I would give a DL man is if he is not fucking with women, but he just don't want to tell nobody that he's gay for whatever reason. Because people ain't got to know your business. You have every right not to disclose your business if you don't want to. But you're just gay or on a down low, but you don't want people to know. But you're not dealing with women and lying to them and risking her health and all of that. I have no problem with you either being on a down low. Not at all. The moment you drag women into your lies, I have a problem. Do you know the signs of DL women? Honestly, I don't. I have no... I've never even thought of that before, if I'm being honest with you. I have no idea what the signs of a DL woman is. No, I can't say that either because that's not true. I really don't know. I honestly don't. Oh, okay. I don't. Vlog said DL women don't exist. If I'm being honest, I kind of think that too. Okay, so I'm not going to say they don't exist. I'm sure there are women out there who don't want to tell people that they're lesbian because of something. Like their religion, their parents might disown them or something like that, right? I'm pretty sure women like that exist. I'm pretty sure. I actually had a family member who, she's dead now, but everybody suspected that she was on the down low. But she would never admit it because she had a stud gay best friend. We don't know if anything ever happened with those two. But people speculated it. Her own sisters speculated it for a very long time. I don't know. Right? I can't say that they were or not. I have no idea. But I think I could. But she was married and all that. Married up until the day she died. And that particular woman is the only woman that I've known who had a husband that loved her more than anything and through anything. No matter what she went through, no matter what health problems she had, that man was never leaving his wife. The only woman in my whole life that I know. That's it. 40 years. And I can't even fully say, I know for a fact he's never cheated on her. I don't know. But from the looks of it, if I had to guess, I would say probably not. I don't know. But if I had to think of one man on the planet that I know that I would say I would think could have been loyal and faithful, it was him. It was her husband. That was it. Everybody else, I'm like, I never met a faithful married man before a day in my life. Ever. I remember the first time I said that some years back in my city, and I said it on Facebook, and a bunch of people got mad. They started calling me names, and they were like, you must be putting out some kind of radar or beacon. if all these married men are hitting on you, it's something you're doing wrong. You know, that was just saying little shit like that. And I was like, listen, I got real petty. I said, if I know your husband from school or church or just being in the same city all my life, chances are he's probably shot his shot at me before. But I'm not saying no names. But if I know your husband, I can fuck him if I wanted to. Oh, that really got them hot. Ooh, I was just being petty. I was just talking shit. But here's the thing. What I said was correct. But I was being messy for the sake of being messy. Because they started coming for me. And when you come for me when I didn't send for you, all hell's gonna break loose. Because I'm very petty. So what I said was true. I'm like, 9 times out of 10, your husband has been in my DMs for years. 9 times out of 10, I was your husband's crush in high school that he never got a chance with. You really think if he had the chance to be with me that he wouldn't? Don't be delusional. Oh, they hated me then. I was just being messy. I'm like, I don't want none of those women's men. Not a one. Not even attracted to them niggas. Not even remotely attracted. But don't come here talking shit because I will hurt your feelings real quick. Married men are the worst. Yes, they are. That's why I ain't never get married. They was like, you gonna marry your boyfriend? You seem like you really like him. Are y'all gonna get married? I was like, I show as fuck don't want to. I sure don't plan on it. I don't know what I'll ever do if he ever proposed to me. I really don't. I don't know if I'll just look at him. I don't know if I'll say we gotta talk about it. I don't know what I would say. I don't. I just don't want it to ever happen. Then I will never have to worry about it. Bisexual and gay men are crazy promiscuous. Yes, that's why the HIV rate is so high. And as a matter of fact, I can't remember what the stat is on bi and gay men. I want to say the last time I read it, it was 1 in 3 that were HIV positive. I could be wrong, but I remember it was a high ass fucking number. I remember thinking like, whoa. And that was probably a few years ago. So let me see something real quick. Okay, 1 in 6. They call them MSM, men who have sex with other men. 1 in 6 MSM will be diagnosed with HIV in their lifetime. Now, here's the kicker. That number is way higher than that because most men don't go to the doctor. So I want y'all to like use your critical thinking and think about that part. 1 in 6, it probably is more like 1 out of 2 or 1 out of 3. Think about it. Most men do not go to the doctor. They lie and say that they do, but they don't. So, and y'all can look this up yourself. Do not take my word for it. I want you to listen to me, and then I want you to take what I'm saying and go see if what I'm saying is correct. Do your research. 1 in 6. And black women out here talking about, I don't mind if a man sucks dick or not. Doesn't matter to me if he's gay or bi. I date bi men. Okay. And that's exactly why black women are second on the HIV list in this country. I don't even want to think about other countries. I'm telling y'all this because I want y'all to be safe and smart. Not to shame. I don't care. I will never do a live addressing men telling them what to do. I don't give a fuck about men. I really don't. I'm being honest with you. I do not care. Yep, I just read that too, Pretty Black. 65% of new cases. gay men, gay and bi, and keep in mind, gay and bi men are the same. They are the same. The acronym they use on any of these websites is MSM, and that stands for men who have sex with other men. So it doesn't matter if you're bi, if you call yourself bi on the down low, if you're a trans woman, doesn't matter what does not matter what you identify as. You are a man and you are having sex with other men. 1 in 6 of them, and I'm sure the number is higher than that, are HIV positive or will be diagnosed in their lifetime. And they're saying will be diagnosed in their lifetime. The reason why they're saying that is because they know how reckless men are with their peens. They're like, eventually you gonna stumble up in somebody's asshole who got HIV sooner or later. That's basically what they're saying without saying it. Before you die, nigga, you gonna stumble in the wrong booty. That's what they're saying. The cyber woman, you have a father. Why do you hate me? I don't hate men. I tell the truth about men. I call men out on their bullshit. I love my father. From day one all the way up until today. 40 years. I love my daddy. Y'all think I'm playing? I'm so serious. There are new strains of mpox as well. Yeah. Oh, and that was another thing. Did y'all know what was the stats on the monkeypox? 99% of all monkeypox victims were gay men, or just men. But we already know what that was about. Come on, y'all. Y'all. Stay with me, people. Stay with me. I don't understand why folks act like calling men out on their BS is hate when men say ish about women all day. That's why I don't care. You're right, Diana. That's exactly why I don't give a damn. If you think you're a misandrist, okay, what you gonna do about it? Nothing. All you gonna do is sit online and call me a misandrist. There ain't a goddamn thing you can do about it. Okay, whatever. You hate men. I'm saying I don't. But okay, if you think I do, if it helps you to sleep at night, fine. Whatever. I don't give a damn. I don't hate my boyfriend. I don't hate my brothers. I don't hate my dad. It's a few coworkers that I'm cool with. I don't hate them. Male friends I've had my whole life that I'm still friends with to this day. I don't hate them. Maybe I just hate you. How about that? But no, I don't hate nobody. Misandry lifestyle is like veganism. It doesn't affect anyone. Thank you. I wish I could like this 1,000 times. It literally does nothing. Misogyny kills women. Misandry wants men to stay away from us. That's the difference. That's literally the difference. I live in San Francisco, California. All them dudes lined up around SF General Hospital, scared as fuck, all shamed and scared. I'm not okay. Listen, I'm not laughing at that, but it's just the way you worded it. San Francisco? Oh, please. At one point, San Francisco was the top of the list of HIV. But see, here's the thing. And then I think the next year after that was like Atlanta, and then there was a part of Florida, Miami, I want to say, or some part of Florida. That all them states have made number one at one point in time. Some of them have made number one on the list many times, a few times. But yeah, a lot of people think Atlanta is the gay capital. I've always felt like San Francisco was. But I think I would say for white men or other race men, San Francisco. Black men as a whole and Latina men, probably Atlanta, somewhere like that, maybe. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, yep. I mean, anywhere in the South, to be honest with you. The only reason why those numbers are not higher than they are is because most men don't go to the doctor. And when they do go to the doctor, it's typically because they have symptoms that they can no longer shake. They can't cover it up anymore. They're in pain. They have horrible headaches. Something's happening to where it's like, oh my God, I literally got to go to the doctor. That's the only reason why most of them go. When it's too late, when they're stage 4, or when they are literally 6 months away from death or something like that. That's the only reason why they go. So that's the thing. Them numbers will be way higher than that. Trust me. If they did a mandatory capture all the men and perform HIV tests on them, that number would be high as fuck in my opinion. That's just my opinion. A lot of these men don't go to the doctor on purpose because they don't want to know if they have HIV, because they don't want to mentally live with that. They will rather pretend to not know and go on about their life, and they don't care who they fuck. I've known, or who they passed it to. I've known guys like that. I had family members when I was living in Memphis. One of my family members died of HIV. And down south in Memphis, I don't know about anywhere else, but in Memphis, they come knock on your door if you test positive for HIV. They come looking for you. They send them people at you. And at one point, they were talking about putting people's names up on a registry or like at the health department or something. I don't know if they still do that, but they were either doing it or talking about doing it some years back. Putting your name up on a list for people to see. And I don't know if I agree with that. And I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't agree with that. I feel like if you just reckless and they know you're reckless, yes, your name should go up on that board for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. Every time they turn around, if they know that you've been to the doctor and you know you got it, and then every time you people get tested and your name keep popping up with this person and it's popping up with that person and your name is in that database, absolutely you should be outed for sure. But if you're just a normal person, like wives who contracted from their husbands all the time, that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you should put any and everybody's name on that list, because that's not fair. Because here's the thing, it can happen to any one of us at any moment. And would you want your name up there? Probably not. And the largest group of women that are testing positive for STDs in general are married women. I need y'all to understand that. Women who think their husbands are faithful, and they're not. Married women test positive more so for STDs more so than single women, because everybody assumes a single woman is just loose and she's just out here single and just running through dudes. A lot of times single women, myself included when I was single, adamant about condoms. Adamant. I'm not saying all single women are. There's some reckless ass single women out here for sure. But that's the thing. You don't even have to be reckless. You could literally be a virgin and have only been with your husband for the last 20 years, and your husband give you HIV or syphilis or chlamydia or herpes. Herpes is another big one. Husbands keep these industries booming. Listen, it's not funny. Husbands keep every industry booming. The sex industry, so the stripper business, the escorts, OnlyFans. Husbands are keeping those things booming. These HIV meds. And the only reason why they came out, I'm gonna tell y'all, the only reason why they came out with PrEP, and I don't fully trust that either, by the way. I don't believe anything can fully stop you from. I don't even remember. I don't even know if it claims that. So let me be quiet. I don't remember what. I think PrEP claims to substantially like lower your chances of either passing it or getting it or whatever. I don't know. I don't read that much on that. But the only reason why I think they came up with PrEP is because white men were being affected at high rates. They don't give y'all do know they don't give a fuck about black and Mexicans, and they don't give a fuck about nobody else. They start seeing that white men were being the most affected with HIV at some point in time. And that's why they decided to do that. Just like the crack epidemic didn't matter to them, but then when the opioid epidemic happened, because it was mostly white people, and then it was like, oh, it's an opioid epidemic. Now all of a sudden they care. Same thing with PrEP, in my opinion. That's just the way I see it. And they also, from what I understand, I don't know the exact price point because somebody told me before and I can't remember. They say PrEP is expensive as fuck. And I don't know or think it's covered by like poor people's Medicaid or poor people's insurance or whatever. Could I be wrong about that? Yes, I could be. But I'm just using my critical thinking here. I'm pretty sure they market that to people who they think can afford it in a certain color. You probably can still get it no matter what race or gender you are. I'm sure that if you got the money, you can go get it. But I'm just saying, they know that the vast majority of people can't afford that. They make sure they price things to where you can't afford it. Same thing with the country clubs. Like when white people came up with the idea of country clubs, they made it to where they knew black people or other marginalized people couldn't afford it. And that was their way of keeping us out. Make it so high to where they can't afford it, but white people can. And the crazy thing with this whole Trump administration now, a lot of white people can't even afford their fucking memberships now because they don't ever think things are going to affect them eventually, but it does. It keeps going up, and now a lot of them can't even afford their own country club membership. Anything to keep us from getting stuff. They would starve themselves as long as they see us starving. That's the crazy part. I would never take PrEP. I don't think I ever would either. It's not even on my radar. It's not even something I think about, if I'm being honest. Thank you, Jen Zelius. They choose men. They still can sleep with women. Wait, what? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Exactly. The context. But thank you for your super chat. At our warehouse, it's always the married women and men that hit on us single people because a lot of married people are miserable and bored. I'm not trying to be funny. Here's the thing. Can I be with somebody for decades and not cheat on them? Absolutely. Like it's already in me to just want to be with one person. So it's not a problem for me. But I also can understand why a man or a woman would not want to be stuck fucking the same person day after day, week after week, year after year for 20, 30, 40 years. You will get bored. Most people will get bored. Even if I get bored, I will find ways to like spice it up. I'm not going to cheat on you. The only way I'm going to cheat is if you cheat on me first. And then I'm going to cheat on you on my way out the door. Fair is fair, right? That's the only way I'll cheat. For the most part, I'll just leave. But I'm just saying that's the only way I can see myself cheating. I'm not going to cheat on you for any reason other than you're not loyal to me. The relationship is over. Done, right? So I'm just naturally, when I like you, I'm into you. I will find ways to make it work. If I love you, I'm going to be fine anyways. We're going to find a way to make it work. But yes, there are a lot of people out there who just get bored. Men and women. That's another thing. Men are always talking about it's in a man's nature to spread our seed. Yeah, okay. Well, and any man who says that, I guarantee you he's a cheater. Because all men don't say that. But the ones that do, I can guarantee you, he ain't going to be faithful to nobody. Not even himself. Because what? It's in my nature to go around and just fuck any and everything. That's literally what they're saying. When I said I'm child free and don't ever want to live with my boyfriend, a guy told me I might as well let my boyfriend see other women. I asked, what about living together would stop him from cheating? Exactly. Here's the thing. Men just want to be able to control every aspect of a woman's life. They want to be able to control your friends, what you wear, how you wear your hair, where you go. They want to control the amount of money you have or don't have. They want to control everything. And living by yourself, they're terrified of what you're doing. So it's like they already know what they will be doing. So they're terrified of what you're doing because they know what they're going to be doing. You might as well let him see other women. If he want to see other women, he gonna do that whether y'all live. You think married men are like, well, I'm married, so I guess I can't see other women. The fuck? And they live together. A typical married couple live together. I'm married, so I guess I can't cheat on my wife. Really? We live together, so damn, I can't do that. Like, come on. Oh, I put that up there already. Actually, I have to clock you on that because I'm a trans girl and the men I was with left me for a biological girl. And it was because I couldn't have kids. I did the housework and still got left. A trans girl. Wait, so are you saying that you are a woman? Wait, trans girl or trans woman? So you're a man that wants to be a woman? I'm confused. I never heard trans girl before. Do y'all know what Summer is trying to say? Because I'm confused. I don't know if she's still in here or not. A man left me for a biological girl. It was because I couldn't have kids. What is it? What does that even like? What does that have to do with anything? Men leave their wives for other women all the time and then eventually end up with a man. So what does that mean? I don't think it matters. I don't know. I'm not understanding the context, I guess. This was like a half an hour ago, so that's my bad. I didn't see it until now. What are your thoughts on trans men, women who medically transition to being men? My first thought is that they've been through a lot, because you would have to have gone through a lot to want to be a man, because men are so low in their nature. They're so low on the totem pole in generally speaking. It'll be like, for you to think that that's the answer. And here's the thing. I'm not saying this in a like, I'm trying to drag you type of way or make fun of you or anything. I just see trauma only because, like, if you think becoming a man is the answer, there's a lot of work that has to be done. Like, a lot of soul searching. To want to be a man means you don't really understand male nature. Because if you truly understood male nature, there is no way in hell you would ever want to be one. You would just be like, what? I don't know. Do anybody get what I'm saying? Because what? I would never want to be a man. I'm sorry. The cyber woman Summer is a man in a wig who cooked and cleaned for a man. The man left him. Wait. Didn't he say it was he left him for a biological woman because he couldn't have kids? I'm confused. I'm so confused. A man in a wig who cooked and cleaned for. Listen. I don't know why that's funny to me, but it just is. I'm sorry. A lot of trans people end up regretting their gender reassignment surgery. That's my point. Like, of course they do. And the ones who transition to the point where they get surgery, when they talk about high self-deletion rates in trans women, those are typically the ones that do that. I'm not saying they're the only ones, but think about it. Think about it. I'm a man and I feel like I want to be a woman. I think I'm gonna keep my dick, but nah, I really want to be a woman, so I'm gonna have them do the dick surgery so I don't have a dick. And then you realize at that point you lost your only bargaining chip to fit in anywhere in society. So society already knows you're not really a woman. So you're not going to be treated like a woman for the most part everywhere you go. Even if you come across men and women who respect your choice, you're going to come across way more people who don't. So you're not, and then for whatever reason, the negative stuff is what sticks out in our minds. That's just kind of like human nature, right? So you're going to remember the negative encounters you had. And so then at some point, you're like, well, I don't have my bargaining chip. I don't got my dick no more. I might as well kill myself. This is just my own theory on where I think the mentality goes after a while, if that makes sense. Like, there's nothing left. And I'm not trying to say that your worth is in your peen, but at the same time, I am, because I tell men all the time, if you can't fuck, you're useless. And I say that to straight men, like so-called straight men, right? I tell on TikTok, oh, y'all don't know how many times I got banned off TikTok live. Because I tell them, if you don't have a dick or you got one but you can't fuck, you are useless. And if you don't have any money along with your dick, useless. I mean, men tell us if we're not young, we're useless. They tell us if we're not pretty, we're useless. If they call us bald-headed bitches and our hair can't grow, we're useless. What's the difference? If you ain't got money and you can't fuck, you're useless. It goes both ways over here, boo-boo. I see trans women saying they regret getting their... Of course they will. I don't think there's a trans person who got their peens cut off that don't regret it. How can you not? You literally got rid of your only bargaining chip. There's nothing left. Nobody's going to want you. You can't do nothing for a woman. And you can't do nothing for a man. A lot of these men who are into trans women, they're into trans women because trans women have a dick. That's literally the whole point. Because if you wanted something that didn't have a dick, you would just be with a woman. But that's the reason why they're into trans women, because you have a dick and you went and got titties and you got your ass done or whatever, right? Think about it. That's the whole reason why they like it. Once you get rid of your dick, you are seen as useless to everybody at that point. I understand why they take themselves out. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying I understand. Pretty face with a peen. Exactly. That's what makes sense to me. If I had to like use my critical thinking, okay, that to me, that's what makes sense. You look like a woman, but you got a dick. So bada bing, bada boom. I mean, kill two birds with one stone, I guess. That's what Flame Monroe. I like Flame Monroe, by the way. I actually really like Flame Monroe. I do. I don't know how he is in his personal life. I don't know what he's done or haven't done. But every time I've ever heard him talk in an interview, I've always liked Flame Monroe's interviews. Always. I'm like, I really like Flame Monroe. I do. But yeah, Flame Monroe, a trans woman, said men who like trans women are gay. Absolutely, because it's not a woman, it's a man. It's a man in a wig. I'm telling y'all ain't playing them games with me over here. I don't play them games. It's not a trans. I don't even like calling them trans women. It's a man with a wig. Point blank, period. It's still a man. Like, what the fuck? Most of them don't cut it off. They don't, because they understand that that's all they got left. If you cut it off and you don't have the chances, if you cut your dick off as a man, and don't get me wrong, I don't know if they cut it off or they invert it or whatever they do. I don't know. I'm just using cut off just for context. If you cut your dick off as a man, you're absolutely gonna eventually kill yourself. I mean, self-delete. Of course you are. Why? I mean, it makes sense to me. Do it make sense to anybody else? It literally makes all the sense in the world. They invert it. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. God does what? God does what? What are you talking about? Don't get me started on the God conversation, please. We do not want to have that. Mm-mm. Over 95% do not even desire to be rid of their genitalia. A singular percentage. I agree. That's what I'm saying. That small percentage that once it gone, they're going to regret their decision, and then they're probably going to want to off themselves, and many of them do, because you have nothing left. You don't fit now. You really don't fit in with society anywhere, unfortunately. Sorry. I wish they did. I mean, I wish they had like y'all got to stop with the laughing faces in the chat, because I'm trying not to laugh. I'm trying so hard. I'm very goofy, and it takes a lot out of me to not laugh at something. So please don't make it harder for me. I was just about to say this. Keeping the dick is their moneymaker. Yeah, that's literally the point. That's why they don't want to get rid of it. They want to use it on people, and they also want to be desired by the men who want to use theirs on them, if that makes sense. So the vast majority of them ain't finna get rid of their dick, which proves to me even more so, this is not a woman. Like, this is a man in a wig. It just is what it is. Trans women stay pushing agendas. I wonder why. They're men in wigs with bad outfit choices. Oh my god. How come they? Oh wait. How come they won't transition their bank accounts? Transition up out of poverty? What the fuck? The jury is still out on that one. I would love the answer to that question too. I really would. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Any tips on becoming a truck driver? Pros and cons. Oh, that's a hard one. Okay, so it really just depends on what you want. Are you okay with the idea of never being at home, but once a week, twice a week, or once or twice every 2 weeks or something? Are you okay with never being at home? If you are not okay with that, then you would want to be a local truck driver like I am, because I got to be at home every night. I'm not going over no road. I can't even stay awake long enough to be over no road anyways. So figure out if you're okay with that. Okay with being away from your house, your bed. If you're okay with living out of a truck. A lot of truckers do have the over the road truckers. They do have sleepers, what they call sleepers. So if you ever see a semi truck and they just got it got like a little cab and it's just two seats in it, that's a day cab. Typically that's a local driver 9 times out of 10. If you see the long extended ones that got a back to it, oh, they got a bed back there, microwave, a heater, a fan, kitchen utensils, they got a whole little house back there. Everything you need. A lot of people like being over the road and being gone. If you know you're not gonna like that, if you know you don't want to be shitting in buckets and taking public showers at the truck stops and all that stuff, over the road won't be for you. That will be a con. For me, it's a con for sure. So that's where you got to start. You have to ask yourself, are you okay with being away from home or not? If you are, then you probably might want to go over the road. And wherever you stay, just Google trucking schools in my area, in my city or whatever. Typically, when you go to those schools, they'll tell you everything you need to do. They'll give you a whole checklist. Also, if you're thinking about being a truck driver, if you do drugs at all, smoke weed or anything like that, stop now and do not apply for trucking school with any kind of drugs in your system. Because if you do, just applying for the school itself will put you on the national registry of do not hire for, I want to say, a year or whatever. And then you got to start that process all over again. So even just signing up for the school and you're signing up, they're going to send you for a drug test. You're not even in yet. They're going to send you for a drug test. And if you fail, your name is going on the national registry and ain't nobody going to hire you and you're not going to be able to even finish school. It's going to stop for you right then and there. So you got to know that. I got to tell everybody that right then and there. They don't play about them drug tests. Truck driving seems dangerous. It is and it can be, but it's literally almost no different than driving a car. It's all about how you drive, and it's all about are you paying attention, or it's the same risks. If you're over the road and you're driving up mountains and shit that I would never do, absolutely dangerous. That's why I never do it. I would be one of those people that would drive off a cliff because I would have been dozed off, or I would have been panicking because I was riding on ice or whatever. So, but when you learn how to drive in general, it's actually not nearly as hard as it looks. A lot of people think it takes a whole lot of skill and whatever else. It takes a little skill, but it ain't as hard as you think it is. The most challenging part about truck driving is learning how to back up a trailer. Learning how your trailer goes in tandem with your tractor, because that big box that y'all see, the semi, the big box you see, and when you see just the one, the front, the tractor, those disconnect. They're not stuck together like that permanently. We hook them up and unhook them all the time. And because of the way that they connect to each other, you got to know how the trailer is going to move when you're backing up. So when you're in your regular car or your regular like pickup truck or whatever, if you keep your steering wheel straight and put it in reverse, your truck or your car is just typically going to go back straight. But in a semi, you can't keep the wheel straight. You got to keep turning it in order to keep that trailer going in a straight line. And that's the hardest part to a lot of people when they first start. Because you're like, why is my trailer drifting off to the left? Or why is it drifting off to the right? And I'm keeping my steering wheel straight. You got to keep it going like this as you're backing up. So if you ever see truck drivers constantly moving their wheel as they backing up, that's why. Because of the way that the truck and the trailer connects. Once you get that down, the rest is easy. And you also got to remember to take wide turns, especially when you're making a right turn. If you ever see those trucks take these wide turns, because if you don't take them wide, you're going to end up on the sidewalk. You're going to end up hitting somebody. You're going to end up knocking down a sign. Those are the two most challenging parts. Learning to remember to watch your trailer through your mirrors at all times. See where your trailer is going, because it always moves. And you got to keep it straight. And learning how to back up. But outside of that, it's really not as hard as you think. It's really not. That was the hardest part for me. Like learning what they call straight back. Backing up a trailer, a semi truck, keeping it straight in a straight line as you're backing up. And the reason why that's so important is because you're going to be hitting docks your whole career. You're going to be backing up into a dock. And if you don't know how to back up into that dock and keep that trailer straight, they literally will fire you. They'll be like, this person is useless. But other than that, it's not bad. I actually really like my job. I'm local. We got a union. We got pretty good benefits. I'm home every day I get off at 2:30, so I'm home every day by like 3:00-ish if I don't go shopping. I did a little shopping today when I got off work. I went to Ulta and spent a couple $100. But yeah, most of the time I come straight home, and I'm home by before 3:00 every day. I couldn't go over the road because it's just, I like being at home. I like sleeping in my own bed and cooking my own food, and I can't live out of a truck. X has the trucker T. Those men are so nasty. Listen, I'm a truck driver, and I'm telling you, I would never date a truck driver. Never. If my boyfriend was a truck driver, that might be different because we both local. We both, stay close to each other, not too far. That would be kind of different, only because I know he ain't over the road picking up lot lizards. But if he was over the road, we would not be in a relationship. My boyfriend and I actually work for the same company, but he runs the entire warehouse on our shift. So he's on the other side. He's in the opposite side, but we work for the same company. That's how we met. But yeah, if he was like, yeah, I think I want to be a truck driver and go over the road. First of all, we breaking up because you got me fucked up. No. Them truck drivers be. If you gotta listen, if you know anybody or you're married to a trucker that is over the road, he is absolutely picking up lot lizards. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what you think. I don't care what lies he told you. I don't care if you think he's a God-fearing man or he would never cheat on me. He comes home and bend me over every 2 days. So I know he's not cheating. He's cheating. Sorry. Bye, Karina. Thanks for coming in. I'm about to get off here too in 10 minutes. I'm getting off at 6:30, y'all. It's 6:21. I'm getting off of here. I ain't gonna be on here for 4 hours like I was the other day. Worked in shipping and receiving. Y'all heard plenty of stories. I'm sure you have. They're smashing any and everything. Yep, inside them cabs. Any and everything. I don't care if. Here's the thing, and this is what I try to get women to realize about men who take jobs that's going to keep them away from home. Please know that they do that on purpose. If a man is working a job and he takes a new job or a new position or whatever, and he's going to be gone a lot, or it's going to require him to travel on a plane a lot, or he's going to be driving out of town or whatever, he's a truck driver, please know that they're doing that so they can get away from you. So they can go live their life, live their double life, and do whatever the fuck they want to do away from you. It doesn't matter that he married you. Doesn't matter that y'all got kids together. It doesn't matter that he says he loves you and you're his chosen one. None of that matters. The whole point is so that he can cheat in peace. That's the point. I don't care what lies he tell you. If you got to beg a man to spend time with the family and he's like, "Oh, I'm working late." He got him a side chick or a side dude or multiple. Usually when a man have a side dude, it's multiple side dudes. Usually. If he's on the down low or he's bisexual and he's into men, he's fucking a lot of men. Not just one, a lot. And they meet up at the most random places. I remember Queen Sovereign was talking about this like maybe a month or two ago, whenever it was. Where she was talking about her friend told her like some of the weird bars or places that men meet up at, and women, the wives, just think it's just normal stuff. Like they go to the gym, they fuck at the gym. Certain bathrooms, and certain places is literally for gay men to meet up. So you could be with your wife and kids at, I don't know, some particular mall or whatever, and there's probably a bathroom where gay men, typically gay married men, hook up. So they'll be like, "I'm finna go to the bathroom, babe," while you in the food court, or they know you somewhere shopping and not paying no attention. They be making eye contact with dudes in public. They meet up in the men's bathroom. They be in there for 5 minutes. They literally just fucked, and you think he's faithful because we've been at the mall all day. It's called cruise. Yep. It's called cruising. Yep. Yep. Gay bars, saunas, bathrooms, outhouses, and what? Yep. The glory hole. I know y'all heard of the glory hole. Oh, y'all, do y'all really want to know what a glory hole is for those who don't know? Are y'all sure? Oh, wait. Are y'all sure y'all want to know? Anybody? I know some of y'all know what it is. Anybody in here who don't know what a glory hole is, and y'all sure y'all want to know? Oh my God. I would be devastated if I ever found out any man that I know, brother, cousin, daddy, anyway. Oh, I would be devastated. Anyways, glory hoes, men, gay men that meet up. And basically, long story short, there's just a dick sticking out of a hole. You don't know who that dick belongs to. You don't know who the person is. You don't know what they look like. It's just a dick. And you do what you want to do with that dick. Whatever you feel like doing. You want to lick on it. You want to suck on it. You want to back your ass up on it. Whatever. Ugh. I remember I had this gay friend named Tony. And Tony told me what that was. Oh, I want to say I was like 24, 25 maybe. The very first time I found out what that was, I was in my 20s. And I was like, what? I didn't even believe him at first. I said, there is no way men are just going in and effing around with a random dick that you don't even know who it belongs to. Absolutely not. And he showed me, like, I seen it. Cause I'm like, I don't fucking believe you. I just don't. And don't get me wrong. By the time I was in my 20s, I had heard a lot of stuff that gay men do. But a glory hole? I was like, what the fuck is a glory hole? Y'all be surprised what these men be doing. And here's the thing. The vast majority of those men got wives. That's the craziest part about it. They have to get away from their wives. And they're like, oh, we're going on a fishing trip with the boys. Now, I'm not saying that every man that go on fishing trips are doing gay shit. I'm not saying every single one of them are doing it. But I am saying just pay close attention if that's what they do. Because you just never know. I don't get any inkling at all that my boyfriend is into men. However, I'm not going to sit here and say, I know for a fact that he's not. Because I don't know. You don't know what the fuck people be doing. That's why I say, even if you're married, you still better be protecting yourself. Because you don't know what men be doing. That way, if I ever find anything out, I will be mad or I'll be disgusted or whatever. But I won't be as terrified because I know that I was not letting you do certain things to me. Your bodily fluids are not coming anywhere near me. You get what I'm saying? That's why I do that. I do that for my own psychological, like, relief, if that makes sense. If I ever find anything out, I'll be like, okay, oh my God. But if I know that we haven't been having unprotected sex, I'm probably not going to be that worried about. Do you know what I'm saying? Wait, what? Hole in the wall. Why they use You know what? I never thought about that. Wow, maybe that is where that come from. Tell them where you can find a glory hole. I don't know exactly. I just bars, the gym. I don't know exactly where they are, but what I would assume is where a lot of men hang out at. Like if it's, of course, gay clubs, obviously, or gay bars. I'm pretty sure. But like wherever men get together and congregate at a lot, the golf club, not the golf club. Yeah, like the club, what do you call it? The country clubs where they got golf, maybe. I don't know. Places where men congregate a lot. The barbershop. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea. But yeah, even if you're married, you should still be protecting yourself, in my personal opinion. Y'all grown. I can't tell y'all what to do. That way, in my mind, I'm like, if I ever find anything out, I think I might. There's a high chance I'll be okay. I'm not saying I know for a fact. I'll be okay. I'm never worried. 100%. I'm not worried. No, I'm just saying, like, on the whole, overall, I would feel better about the fact that I was protecting myself the whole time. The park, yep, definitely. Oh God, yes, I have, and the stuff some men are into, like, what the, like, it's traumatizing. Is this? I almost threw up because my gay friend, I haven't seen him in years actually, but he used to tell me and show me a lot of stuff. And sometimes I used to be kind of curious too, like I want to see, like. But when I saw that, I almost threw up because I was like, why? Why would anybody want that? Why would you want? Why would you want that to happen to you? And why would you want to do that to somebody? Like for what? And you can't. Tuesday, I was talking about how people who have a whole lot of anal smecks end up with anal leakage later in their life if that muscle gets too loosened or whatever. And people were trying to say that's not true. You really think men that are allowing themselves to get fisted won't have anal leakage problems and whatever else, hemorrhoids and prolapse colons and whatever later in their life? Please. Of course they are. Of course, that's if they live long enough, obviously. Yes, I have seen and heard of that as well. Married men get a kick out of giving oral sex and then going home and tongue kiss their wife. Yes, I've heard of that. They brag about it. They get a kick out of it. Ugh. I'm a man. I don't consider myself to be a murderer or capable of murder, like cold blood murder. But if a man ever did some shit like that to me, look, I don't know what I would do. Cause why? Cause for what? That's how I know that. That's how I be telling them. I'm like, when women be talking about the ways in which their husbands treat them and how he don't listen to me and he don't care about my feelings, I be like, y'all's husbands hate y'all. They're with you for the benefits. They're with you because you're benefiting them in some way. That's it. It's not love. It's almost never love anyway. Even when it's not a man who don't particularly mistreat women. They could treat you decent. They're probably not whooping your ass or cheating on you or whatever. But at the end of the day, even a so-called decent dude are with you because of what you can do for them. Literally. That's it. It's all about convenience for them. That's why I pride myself in doing virtually nothing for my boyfriend. Somebody got in my comment section was like, I think you're a undercover pick me. And what else she say? There is no way. Oh, she said, you're not gonna convince me that you don't do anything for your boyfriend. And I was like, okay, so you tell me what I do for my boyfriend. Because I'm telling you, I don't do shit. I said I show up and have a good time, and then I go back home. You're not gonna convince me. I don't believe you. Some shit she said. And I'm like, okay, you tell me what I do for my boyfriend then. Do I wash his clothes? Nope. Do I cook for him 3 times compared to the fucking 300 and sometimes he's cooked for me? Do I clean his house? I have mopped his floors a few times because I like mopping his floors. When I got one of those Swifter what do you call it? Is it the wet jet? It's not the wet jet. It's the one that you put the little cloths on there and stick the cloths in a little thing. I like using that thing. I use it at my house and at his house because we both got one. Hey TMFJ, what's up? Yeah, that's about the only thing that I would do or have done so far is mop his kitchen floor and the bathroom floor, especially if I'm the one who messed it up because I always like spill makeup, like I'll drop eyeshadow or something like that. I'm absolutely gonna always clean up after myself no matter where I'm at. So that I'll do. But cleaning up after him and cleaning up his dog, I've never even cleaned up his dog shit before. After taking him, after we go for a walk. When I tell you I don't do nothing but show up, get cooked for. If I like tomorrow, Friday, I'm gonna be at his house for the weekend. And I'm gonna be there Friday, Saturday, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. And because it's Memorial Weekend, I'm probably gonna be over there till early Monday. And guess what that man does when I'm there all day? Breakfast, lunch, dinner. He cooks. He's been like that the whole time we've been together. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He cooks for me. I don't have to do shit but go over there and have a good time. Well, it's only going to be a matter of time before he get tired of that. And when he does, that'll be the end of it. But what you think I'm going to be mad? I'm like, please don't break up with me because I need you to cook for me. I can cook for myself. I just don't. Unless the only time I cook for myself is when I'm at home by myself. Like right now, well, I'm not finna cook nothing now because I ordered me some barbecue shit from the barbecue spot yesterday and I got leftovers and that's what I'm eating. That's the only time I'm cooking for myself is when I'm at home. I cooked for him 3 times. Maybe 4. When he came over here, I cooked twice. And actually, I was already cooking and it was enough to give him. That's how that happened. And then one of the times. And then the other time, I like literally made enough for both of us on purpose. And then when I was at his house before, I cooked that. And this was last year, around the time we first started dating. And that was it. Because he actually liked to cook. And I've never had a boyfriend in my life that liked to cook. Ever. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. And that's it. I don't do anything. There's nothing else to do. We have our own house. That's exactly why I want to keep it this way. We have our own spot. I'll clean up after myself. You clean up after yourself. You come to my house when you want to. I come to your house when I want to. When I'm ready to go home, I come home. To peace and quiet. No dogs, no kids, no nothing. Eventually, I'm going to have cats, but I don't got none right now. My cat's going to be my baby. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. That's so funny. He just, speaking of the devil, he just sent me a picture of the park that he in with his dog. We were just there about 2 weeks ago, and it was no leaves at all. And now it looks like a whole new place. That's another thing. We get up in the morning and take the puppy. Well, he's not a puppy. He 2. But we take the puppy out. But that's his dog. I just say I got a step dog. I'm not really that much of a dog person. But his dog has grown on me a lot. But thank you for the super chat. Wait, damn, sorry. Life is supposed to be a joy to live. Thank you. It is. I agree. And that's what I be talking about. Like when I tell y'all I'm not doing no struggle relationships. I would never be in a struggle relationship, a struggle marriage. I'm not staying in no struggle job. I'm not driving a struggle car. I'm not finna have no struggle friends. If it's not working for me, I'm out. I'm not finna keep people in my life that don't need to be there. I'm that way across the board my entire life. And that's why I'm so serious, girl. I'm so serious. And that's why when I get on here, like, I'm always going to be real about who I am. Like, when I first talked about when I first got on YouTube, I was single. And I was enjoying single life. And then when people found out I had a boyfriend, they were like, oh, you seem fake. Or what they say, I was fake. And it was another word that I can't think of right now. I was fake. I was an undercover pick me. And they said a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, first of all, somebody said something about my boyfriend. You did all that talk about man and then you still got one or something like, and you end up getting one. I was like, first of all, I never said that I was not going to get laid. Because that's, y'all want to know a secret. That's literally how me and him like started talking because I was ready to get laid again because it had been a couple years since I had. And when I went into this, he was just going to be my boy toy in my mind. That was it. I went into it like, I'm ready to get laid again. It's going to be him. And it just transitioned into what it is now. And then I told them, I was like, first of all, I'm always keep it real, because if I didn't want anybody to know I was in a relationship, nobody would fucking know. That's the thing. I came on here because I'm very transparent about my life. And so I'm not going to get into a relationship and then get on social media and not tell my subscribers and followers, hey, by the way, I'm in a relationship now. I'm not going to do that. Like, that wouldn't even feel right. Like, it wouldn't feel right. Of course I'm going to tell you. But they try to make it seem like that if it wasn't, basically, if I didn't tell y'all wouldn't know. So I'm like, I told you because I wanted you to know. I wasn't hiding anything. I could have. I could say I broke up with him tomorrow and then that's it. And then that's it. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not fake like that. And if we break up for whatever reason, guess what? Guess the first place I'm coming to? My platform to tell y'all what happened and what red flags to look out for, or something that I missed, or something, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I do. Oh, I love you. You so sweet. You natural as fuck, honest and forward. Keep ignoring the losers. You're doing excellent. Thank you. You are always so sweet, by the way. Thank you so much. But yeah, before I got on social media, when I was thinking about getting on social media, I was like, the one thing I am not going to do is pretend to be something that I'm not. Because I see a lot of people do that. They be one way online and the exact opposite offline. Now, I will say this. At my job, I got people that stalk my social media for whatever reason. And they'll say something like, you're very different online than you are in real life, or like in everyday life. I've never heard you cuss before until I got on your social media. I was like, I cuss all the time. You just don't be around me enough. Every 2 words out of my mouth is a cuss word. So I think there are people who do see a different side of me online, but that's just because they don't, like, I don't be in conversation with them enough for them to like get to know the, like, I don't have a reason to go to work, for an example, and be like talking about the male loneliness epidemic, for an example, to some niggas at work. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason for this topic to come up when I'm at work. That's why you don't know my stance on it. A lot of them didn't know I was child free until they started talking about social media. And I'm mostly talking about men, by the way. These are men that come to me and tell me they be seeing me on social media. I didn't know you never wanted kids. Well, you don't know that because we don't really be sitting around talking like that. If you were on my same dock and we saw each other every day and we'd be chopping it up, you would know a lot of things about me. It's a few of them up there that know this stuff about me already because I'm the same person online that I am in person. But if you're not around me, you don't know that. So people have said that to me. You're a totally different person. I was like, actually, I'm not. You just don't see that side of me. A lot of people don't know how goofy I am either. It's a lot of y'all who probably don't know how goofy I am. I'm very goofy. Like, I laugh all day, every day. There's almost never a time where I'm not laughing. Been this way my whole life. Wait, hold on. Laugh out loud, male loneliness. What's the sex doll design? Exactly. Me and YV Edit always get a kick out of the sex robot thing. Oh my God, we laugh at that all the time. Because it's funny as hell. It's like, wasn't y'all replacing us with sex robots? What happened? Same, been the same. What you talking about? I've been the same. Or you saying you talking about when I was talking about being goofy? All of that black girl. What you talking? What I miss? What I miss? Typical nosy coworkers. Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, y'all. Yeah, they can't afford it. Well, of course they can't. They will have to get on a payment plan. And a lot of them wouldn't even qualify for the payment plan. Because don't those afterpay people be doing like credit checks or whatever? Hey, you know what I just found out? That people, if you do this in the chat, I promise I'm not trying to make fun of you. I don't want to offend nobody. Okay. But I just found out that people do buy now, pay later for food. Like DoorDash. Y'all talk about Klarna and shit. Y'all just, that's what just made me think of it. I'm like, what? First of all, who the fuck orders McDonald's off of DoorDash? I don't know. Listen, I'm not saying that I haven't ordered food. I do Uber Eats, me personally, but my Uber Eats come from like sit-in restaurants, like Texas Roadhouse. Well, actually, not Texas Roadhouse, because Texas Roadhouse is the only fucking restaurant that don't do delivery services, which is so annoying to me. Because where I stayed, that Texas Roadhouse on that road where all the restaurants are, the best fucking food ever. They don't do it. But no, like what's Outback or Chili's or this place called Famous Dave's. I don't know if that's a worldwide thing or whatever, but or nationwide thing. I mean, a barbecue spot. Like it be places that like cook your food to order. I would never in my fucking life order a delivery for like a fast food restaurant. Why? Because for what? Them fries is not gonna be good. So what's the point? By the time they get to you, and then do they staple the bag closed or something? Because you know how people are with McDonald's fries. They probably sticking their hands in there and getting a couple of them. Absolutely not. And don't get me wrong. Each passing day, I'm turning away from food delivery. Because with each passing day, I just don't trust people more and more. I'm surprised I even started doing it in the first place because I just don't trust people in general. But I was just saying the other day, I got a fake name, a male name, on my account for Uber Eats. I sure do. Because, you know. Oh, so y'all know about Famous Days? Look, that's what when I get off of here, I'm going there to warm up my food that I got last night, and I had got a whole lot of shit. I got some barbecue chicken. It was the what was the pick 3? I got a pick 3. Barbecue chicken, brisket, and pulled pork. Oh my god. I can't wait to eat the rest of that. And I got the baked beans because they got the best baked beans in the world. And I got that jalapeno macaroni. Oh, I can't wait. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get off of here because I'm hungry. Oh, you in Michigan too? Okay, yeah. So yeah, y'all Michigan people know about Famous Days. Yeah, so when I order food, it'd be from places like that. I would never order Arby's or I don't even, to be honest, I barely even eat that fast food anymore. Like when I say I cut back like 99%, I'm not even joking. I would go there out of sheer desperation. Like ain't nothing else open. I really don't got time to cook type shit. That's the only way. Stop it. Stop it. Girl, you be paying bills. You be paying bills in my comment section. No, I'm just playing. But stop it. But thank you so much. As a matter of fact, I probably missed some. Okay, I'm a call these out and I'm finna jump off, y'all. Um okay. Brandy said love and support from Texas. Thank you so much. Jazzy. I don't know what that. Oh, down low male equals bi male. Is that what that means? I think. Thank you, Jazzy. If you still here, this was a while ago. If they choose men, yeah, I saw that. Thank you for that, but I didn't really understand what he was saying. I saw that earlier. I didn't see this. Just tuning in, it is because of the gross nature of men, or do you see it as the same for bi women? Okay. I don't know if this person is I don't know if this person is still in here, but no, I don't see it the same for bi women because women and men are just different in general. Women have way more self-control over things in our lives than men do, whether you bi or gay. So I don't I will first of all, I will never put a man and a woman in any category in comparison. You can name anything and there will be no comparison to me. Women are, and I'm not saying all women, but women in general, if they know their worth and if they know their power, women are like up here to me and men are down here. So like there is never a fucking comparison. Even women who we would consider to be trash or garbage or whatever, those women typically are like that because of what they've gone through. The essence of a woman to me is more powerful than a man. Even if you're not a good woman, allegedly. A decent woman is still better than the average man or something like that. I can't remember how I go. But like the most bland, mediocre woman is still better than the average man. Like, so I would never even compare the two. Okay, I saw that. Thank you, blah. Gifted 5. Wait. The several membership. Oh, wait, I don't have a membership. I don't have what you do? I haven't set up my memberships. Oh, and the rest is for TMFJ. Thank you so much. Okay, wait, let me see what this say. Nobody likes buys, only buys should be with buys. Right, I agree. 100%. I don't know why that's such a problem for people. I really don't. But here's the thing. It don't matter what anybody think or what they say. I'm not dating no bi man, and that's that on that. You're a member. I didn't even know I could get members. How does that even, girl, look, how does that even work? I know you're subscribed. Okay, now you finna make me go look at my analytics when I get off of here. Cause you gonna have me I don't even know. I have no idea how to even go about. I'm gonna have to get in my studio. I gotta get in my YouTube studio and look at all that. Cause I thought I would have to have set that up first. I know, right? Y'all laughing at me. Thank you, level up goddess. Facts. I don't care what nobody got to say either. Like, psh. All right, y'all. It's 6:54. I'm about to jump off. It's been fun. I'm glad I was able to get back on here live again before the week was out because I know I ain't gonna be able to tomorrow, most likely. Because I'm getting ready for the weekend. And shit, we was gonna go out on the boat, but it's so shitty in Michigan right now. It's gonna be rainy and cold and miserable. I'm glad you did too, TMFJ. Yeah, I was hoping it was gonna be warmer this weekend so we could take the boat out, but it's not my boat, it's his parents' boat. But it's really his boat because they barely be on it. So, but yes. Can't wait to get out on the boat. They live out there by this big ass lake and it's a whole bunch of houses that have like boat docks or whatever on their lake. White people shit. But I love it. I'm not complaining. Just how it is in the movies. With the white folks in the movies, it's exactly like that over there. He got the sweetest mother in the world. Like when I tell y'all this woman, they're white. My boyfriend is white, by the way. When I tell you this woman is like the sweetest woman I've ever known. Just genuinely a warm person. And every time she hugs me, she squeezes me like she just don't want to let me go. I really think she's just a warm person in general. But I also think she's just like happy for her son. That's the vibe I get. I don't know. Like she just really like us together. But anyway, I'm finna drink the rest of my pear wine that I paid only $10 for, but whatever. These little cheap wines be the best ones. Y'all know the ones that's like blueberry, pear, strawberry. And yes, you will get a nice little buzz. But I don't got no buzz right now, but I'm about to get one when I get off. I've been through Holland when I Wait, are you in Michigan too? Oh no, that's the thing. It ain't gonna be no sun out this weekend. Not really. Not really. That's the thing. That's the problem. It's been raining. And today it's been like, you know, that like that mist rain where it don't fully rain, but it don't fully stop either, but it's like a mist. That's the worst. That's why I've been wearing my hair in a wrap all week. Because it's been raining all week. There's no point in me doing my hair when it's raining. 0 point. I don't even want to deal with it. That's not white people shit. Come on, sis. Let's move away from the stereotypes. Okay, it is. And I'm saying that because you don't see, it's not a typical black thing where black people got boats and they live on fucking water and $1 million or high $100,000 houses. Sorry, but that's just not the norm. That's not the norm in this country. What's the norm? Usually white people. Like, what's wrong with that? That's not a stereotype. That's actually real. How many black people you know with a boat that live on the water that have a whole boat launch dock on that whole around that whole lake? How many black people you know that got that? Let's be real. That is typical white people shit. It just is. In this country. I don't know how it is anywhere else. I've never lived in another country, so I don't know. But here, that's typical white girl shit. I mean, white people shit. It just is. That's not a stereotype. What she say? Oh, here we go again. As soon as you trying to leave, here they go. Yeah, like that. When I say typical white people shit, that's what it is because they're the majority of the people who got boats. Let's be real. I'm not saying there ain't no black people who don't have boats. Of course, I'm sure there are, but the numbers don't compare. Let's be real. It's not a stereotype. We know the activities of white people, right? Like, come on now. I get what you're saying, but get what I'm saying. Let's be real. Look around. If you see anybody outside of white people that got boats like that living on the water, it's typically Asian people or some Asian fucking or some Mexican mafia people. Okay, that's a stereotype. That what I just said was a stereotype. But for real though. Mexican mafia. That's funny. No offense to any Mexican people that's in the chat because I like Mexican people too. Black people invest in shoes. You are so correct. Listen. And here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Even if I was rich, which one day I probably will be soon, I'm still not buying no boat. And I love boats. I could have Oprah money and I would never buy a boat. Why? I don't want to deal with the maintenance or the upkeep or the fuel or any of that. The repairs. I don't want to deal with it. It's so much easier to find friends with boats and go get the best of those boats, have all the fun and none of the responsibility. I don't want the responsibility. Somebody can give me a boat, maybe, but even then, I don't want to deal with the maintenance. I don't care how much money I got or don't got. Not interested. Especially when I got friends that got boats and I can just go hang out on your boat whenever I want and have the time of my life and then go home and the bill ain't stuck with me at all. Why would I buy a boat? For what? But y'all know me. I'm child free for the same reason. I don't want that responsibility. I just don't. Life is a lot easier when you only got yourself to worry about. White people majority love boats, vacation homes on water, skiing, rafting, mountain hiking, literally homestead farming, even fishing to some degree is mostly white people. Facts. As a black woman, I love white things. I like tennis, golf, gymnastics. I want to buy a boat in the future. We the same level of goddess. I ain't buying no boat. And I'm not into gymnastics. I don't even like watching gymnastics. Only because I'd be terrified of women getting hurt. I'm one of those people that be like, shit. So I can't watch it. I am fascinated by gymnastics though. Like I'm fascinated by it. But I can't watch it because I just be scared that somebody not gonna like I don't want to watch somebody land wrong or whatever. I just can't do it. Y'all, I can't do it. I've tried and I just can't. And then on top of that, if y'all watch that Final Destination movie that traumatized and scarred me for life, I can't remember which one it was, like 6 or 7 or 5, whichever one of them it was. And that girl was a gymnastic. She was a gymnast. And she did a flip on that bar and landed on a screw. And whatever. Oh my God. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm traumatized for life because of that Final Destination movie too, by the way. But yeah, I can't. I just can't watch it. Because I don't want to see somebody fall or hurt themselves. I can't stand it. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. Y'all think I'm playing? I am so serious. I like seeing men land incorrectly. I can't. Stop. I can't watch it, y'all. I can't do it. I don't like to see people get hurt at all. Men or women, kids, puppies, cats, nothing. I don't like to see nothing get hurt. I can't stand it. I love Final Destination. I've watched them all. Me and my boyfriend literally just sat and watched all 1 through 8, like about 2 weeks ago, in order. It took us 2 days. It was on a weekend when I was over there all day. This was like 2 weeks ago. We literally just watched it, all of them. No, it might have been a month ago actually, because this May, gonna be June. Yeah, it was probably about a month ago. Anyway, y'all, it's been fun. I am getting off of here for real this time. It's been great. I'm starving and I'm already eating later than I used to or than I want to. So I gotta go. And I was supposed to do me a workout, but I didn't. It's y'all fault. I'm blaming my YouTube live. But I am glad I'm getting off in 2.5 hours instead of 4. So yeah. All right. I'll probably see y'all next week. I'm probably gonna upload some videos maybe this weekend. But live, if I go live again, it'll be sometime next week. All right. I hope y'all have a good night. Thank you guys. Thanks for all the support and all of the super chats, because y'all know I don't never ask my people for nothing. So when y'all just be sending super chats, and every now and then I have people sending me cash apps out of nowhere, I appreciate that. And I love when people send the money, because it's not about the money. It's about the fact that, like, if you're doing that, that you really fuck with my channel. You know what I mean? Like, you really fuck with me. So that's what it means to me. So I definitely appreciate it. Look at you. Look, I'm not gonna play with you. Thank you. All right, y'all. Yeah, yep, you too. Have a good holiday weekend, y'all. Have fun. Eat lots of barbecue for those who eat meat still. I'm trying to get off of it, but it's hard. We will be barbecuing. All right, y'all. Good night.